What's up, everybody? Happy Saturday morning. Sarge here. Hope everybody's having a fantastic weekend. Excited to bring you guys a new video. Today we are going to be talking about diet pitfalls. So I posted on Twitter about a week ago a question asking, when do people run into the biggest issue with their diet, whether it be a weekday versus weekend? And what this ended up causing was a completely spin-off kind of thought based on the reaction I got. The overwhelming reaction was people struggled more during the weekend, but if you look through the comments, what I really noticed is there was 4 trends that cause people to fall off their diet. Those 4 trends are knowledge, preparation, environment, and emotion. Knowledge is one that I'm not really going to touch on today. I think there's so much knowledge on the internet now. At times overwhelming, but I think that it's something that you can really dig into, something I'll probably do in a later video. But knowledge is kind of the groundwork. You got to know what to eat. You got to know that cigarettes are going to give you cancer, you know, that if you eat sugar, it's bad for you. I mean, there's enough information out there that's pretty self-explanatory to some extent if you spend the time on it. So we'll talk about the other 3 mainly. Let's talk a little bit about preparation. One of the overwhelming themes the comments kind of saw, and I've seen in my own life, is that we're really prepared for certain portions of our life. So a lot of people, Monday through Friday, they eat the same breakfast or similar breakfast, they eat the same lunch because they pack it for work, and their significant other, or they prepare their dinner. So, you know, they meal prep Monday through Friday, or there's some kind of great preparation, but come the weekend, they have no plan, and that lack of plan allows them just kind of to run wild. And it's not that they necessarily want to eat poorly, it's the fact that they just didn't have a plan going into it. So they're making split-second decisions, which they're being just pulled in whichever way their emotions. And that lack of preparation, lack of having really good food in the house, lack of going places they know they can eat at, that lack of preparation causes people to fall off their diet. And I think that's one of the easiest fixes. It's just thinking ahead. There's a study out there that says we can only make a certain number of decisions in a day. So as many things as we can automate, especially when it comes to our health and our fitness, by automating those and not having too many, flaws and weaknesses in that. And that doesn't mean that like your whole weekend has to be prepared and predestined, but know, hey, I know if I go here, I can eat. So get people to go to Chipotle instead of Taco Bell. Like, at Chipotle, you can get a healthy bowl, whereas at Taco Bell, there's not everything really for you to eat. It's not a huge ask to get people to go there instead of there. And same with, maybe Chili's has something healthy on their menu versus TGI Fridays. I don't know what the answer to that is, but have some of those things in the back of your head so when those issues come up, you have a plan. I had to do it when it came to drinking. I had to think about when I go to a bar, what can I order? I like to tip, so just asking for a club soda, I felt like made me feel cheap. But if I ordered a Pellegrino or Topo Chico or whatever sparkling water they had, it still cost $3 or $4. I could drink that, I could leave a nice tip on it, and I didn't feel like a mooch going to the bar, but I felt like I could still go and drink. So that preparation really helped me. Which kind of leads right into the second part, which is environment. When we start changing things about our life, our environment has to change too. And it doesn't have to change drastically, and we can control our environment and we can adapt to our environment, but some things are gonna change. I mean, going out drinking till 2 a.m. is not conducive to a healthy lifestyle. You may be able to still be skinny or not fat, but it's just not healthy to do those things and to put your body through that. And at some point it will catch up with you if you're doing that on a regular basis. So environment's huge. It's a huge pitfall. Again, like I said, 85% of the people who responded said it was the weekend. And a lot of the comments were talking about, I go out with friends, I do these things. And, it's okay to try to guide the environment to a place that's healthy for you. I mean, I invite people over here to drink, and guess what? I have a case of LaCroix in my fridge at all times. I have a bottle of tequila and I make drinks for everybody, but I also have a case of LaCroix and I fill my cup up on the rocks. It looks like I'm having a cocktail with everybody else, but I control that environment by bringing that with me or having it here. So in control your environment, know that that's a pitfall that you're going to run into. And sometimes you just gotta take yourself out of a situation. If I go out with people and they're drinking now, I honestly just cut out early. At some point, the night goes from being about socializing to about just being drunk. And again, I drank heavily for the first 30 years of my life. I am not some zealot that thinks drinking is terrible, and I may drink again, but I know that right now, at some point, it just becomes annoying for me, and so I cut out. At that point, they're never gonna remember that I wasn't there for the rest of the night anyway, because they're past that point of really being able to socialize on a real level, and it's just about the drinking at that point, and it's just not something I want to be around. You also may lose a few friends because you want to do things that are healthy, and unfortunately that does happen. You outgrow certain people. You know, I want to go for bike rides, so I'm looking for people that want to go bike riding. I may lose some friends because Saturday afternoon I don't want to go to the bar and drink. I want to go bike ride on the lake. And so some of them will join along and some of them will say, see you when you're back to drinking. And that's okay. They're happy, I'm happy. They might actually not be happy, but hopefully they become happy. Or if they are happy with that, then great, good for them. It's just not for me anymore. The last one is probably the biggest one. It's emotion. This is one that has a lot more layers to it. It's not really a preparation or a just quick fix necessarily. This is something that can have a lot deeper rooted issues. As someone that has gone through a period of time where I very much emotionally ate and gained a lot of weight, this hits really home for me, and I think this is really important. People will not peel back the layers on this. The fact of the matter is that it's huge. I hated what I did for 3 years. I hated my job, and it created an environment that I wanted to escape. And wanting to escape that, food, alcohol, TV, all of those things allowed for a very easy escape because I hated my day-to-day life as far as professionally so much. I sat behind a desk, I made cold calls, I did sales, and I did not like it. I did not sitting, I did not like what I was selling, I did not like the fact that I was selling. Like, there's people that absolutely love it and it's great for them. It was not for me, and it showed. My life deteriorated and my health deteriorated, and I tried really hard to work out because I knew I was gaining weight and I knew I wasn't the healthy person that I knew I was deep down inside, but that environment just crushed me. And I think it's really important to make changes if you're in that place, whether it be a relationship, whether it be a job. If you are incapable of changing your health because of an emotional environment you're in, that is a terrible place to be, and that's something you have to make at all costs a choice to get out of. And something that I did, I'm embarrassed by the fact that I had a corporate Fortune 500 9-to-5 job, and I went back to bartending, waiting tables. But the reality is I am so much happier doing this, and it has allowed me to be clear-minded and make a decision to now go pursue nursing, to pursue health and wellness, to pursue the things that I truly am going to be happy doing, because I had to pull myself out of the environment. So if your job is detrimental to your health, make a change. If your relationship is detrimental to your health, it doesn't matter how many books you read, doesn't matter how many emotional and quotes and all these positive things, until you take yourself out of that environment, which is going to be hard because you are in it for a reason, and there's something about it that you got in it for and you want to stay in it. But that is not, if you look back 30 years and you see your life going down the path and it scares the shit out of you, then you better change, because it's not going to get better. It is not. This is not something to overcome. If you are emotional and sad and upset every single day, this is not something you will learn to cope with it and live an unfulfilled life, as opposed to it getting better. So those are the pitfalls I know about. I think that they cover the real gamut. Obviously, you could dive into any one of those subjects way deeper, but I want to just kind of do as an overview. Maybe we'll revert back to some of these at a later time, but those are the 4 pitfalls that you may run into with your diet. Address those and you'll have a lot more success. Everybody have a great weekend.